Do you dare to take a test right now? Grab a water bottle or any object that weighs around 1 to 2 kilograms. Extend your arm straight out in front of you and hold it there. Just 1 minute. Don't skip it. Don't fast forward. The first 15 seconds feel easy, almost laughably easy. You might even smile because it feels so light. At 30 seconds, your arm begins to shake. At 45 seconds, your shoulder starts burning like it's on fire. And when the clock hits 60 seconds, your heart is racing and your brain is screaming at you to drop it. Most people don't even make it to the full minute. And that right there is the reason why the question, should I lift heavy weights for low reps or light weights for high reps, is not simple at all. Because this question is not really about the weight. It's about something deeper, something I call the quality of strength. And today we're going to uncover the real answer. How long have you been going to the gym? 1 month, 1 year, maybe many years? Have you ever stood in the middle of the gym and seen a guy lifting twice your weight, doing only 4 or 5 reps with thick, powerful muscles, and wondered if lifting heavy is the only way to grow? Then you turn your head and see someone else lifting much lighter weights, doing high reps drenched in sweat with muscles that look lean, tight, and athletic, and suddenly you're confused again. So which one is right, heavy and few, or light and many? I remember my very first days in the gym. I was exactly like you. I chose light weights and did 20 to 30 reps every set. Sweat everywhere. I thought to myself, if I do more reps, I'll grow faster. But in one corner of the gym, there was this man, maybe around 50 years old. He was lifting 3 times heavier than me, but only 5 reps per set. In my head, I thought, that's strange. That's way too few reps. One day, out of curiosity, I tried to copy him. 5 reps. That was all it took. I collapsed onto the bench, breathing like I had just run a marathon. The next day, the soreness was so intense I couldn't even lift my arms. That moment completely changed the way I saw training, because I realized weight is not just a number. It's a message to your nervous system. When you train heavy, we're talking about 85 to 90% of your 1 rep max. At that level, your body has no choice. It must recruit almost all of your fast-twitch muscle fibers. These fibers are responsible for maximum strength, explosive power, and muscle size. You don't need many reps. 4 to 6 is enough. But every single rep feels like a battle. The benefits are clear. You gain strength quickly. Your nervous system becomes more efficient. And you stimulate significant muscle growth. But there's a problem if you only train this way. You might be able to lift 100 kilograms once, but climbing 5 flights of stairs leaves you gasping for air. This is where lightweight and high reps come in. Training at around 50 to 60% of your 1 rep max, doing 15 to 25 reps per set, builds a different kind of capacity. It improves muscular endurance, blood circulation, oxygen use, and recovery. It teaches your muscles not just how to lift, but how to last. And this is where science starts to surprise a lot of people. In a well-known study by Morton and colleagues in 2016, published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, researchers compared 2 groups. One group trained heavy, using 75 to 90% of their 1 rep max for 8 to 12 reps. The other group trained light, using only 30 to 50% of their 1 rep max for 20 to 25 reps. Both groups training close to failure. The result was shocking to many. Muscle growth between the 2 groups was almost identical. That means it's not just the weight that matters. It's the effort. This idea is supported by what's known as the repetition continuum. Low reps with heavy weight tend to maximize strength. Moderate reps tend to maximize hypertrophy. High reps tend to maximize muscular endurance. But when total training volume is sufficient and sets are taken close to failure, these benefits begin to overlap. A meta-analysis published in 2021 even showed that training to absolute failure is not always necessary. Stopping 1 or 2 reps before failure can produce similar muscle growth, as long as total volume is high enough. One of the biggest myths in the gym is that lightweight only burns fat and doesn't build muscle. That is simply not true. If you train light weights close enough to failure, your muscles still receive a strong growth signal. The real issue is that most people quit too early. They stop when it starts to feel uncomfortable, not when it becomes effective. And that's the mistake 90% of beginners make. Now imagine this. You're in the gym right now. You choose the heaviest weight you believe you can lift for 5 reps. The first set is heavy but controlled. On the second set, your hands shake and your face turns red. On the third set, the world fades away, and all you can hear is your heartbeat and the sound of the bar in your hands. You force out the final rep, rack the weight, and collapse onto the bench as sweat drips down your face. In that moment, you feel a real sense of victory. Now imagine a different day. You choose a lighter weight and aim for 20 reps per set. At rep 15, your muscles start burning. At rep 18, your entire body screams at you to stop. But you push through and force out 2 more reps. You drop the weight, breathing hard. You look at yourself in the mirror and notice something familiar in your eyes. That fire. The feeling of winning against yourself. Different method, same victory. But there's one more thing many people ignore, and that's safety. Heavy training puts enormous stress on your joints, ligaments, and spine. That's why many powerlifters deal with injuries if they don't manage volume carefully. Lightweight and high reps, on the other hand, tend to be safer, especially for beginners and older trainees, because the body has more time to adapt and technique is easier to control. This is why experienced coaches don't choose sides. They use periodization, rotating different training styles across phases to maximize results while minimizing injury risk. So which one is better? Heavyweight with low reps or lightweight with high reps? Heavy training builds raw strength and activates your largest muscle fibers. Light training builds endurance, improves circulation, and enhances recovery. Both matter. But above all, what truly matters is the quality of strength. Not how heavy the weight is, not how light it is, but how close you are willing to push your body to its limits in a safe, smart, and consistent way. So here's a challenge for you. Comment below the rep number where you think you would fail. 4, 6, or 8. Come back in 1 month and see if you've pushed past your old limit. Next time you walk into the gym, don't ask which training style is better. Ask yourself whether you trained with real quality today. If the answer is yes, results will come sooner or later. If this video made you rethink the way you train, comment the word quality below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who might be training the wrong way. You might save them months or even years of wasted effort. And make sure you don't miss the next video, because I'll reveal a mistake that over 90% of gym-goers, even experienced ones, make without realizing it. That mistake might be the exact reason your progress has stalled. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.